Well, hello all, and welcome back to the POW Solutions YouTube channel. Yes, I know it's been a minute, but I did want to come and make a video that was a follow-up to my previous posting, which was just a promotion for the Justice or Else rally. Now, for those of you who don't know, my birthday was actually 10/10/15. Thank you for all your birthday wishes to everyone who sent birthday wishes. But I actually went to the rally and really enjoyed myself and really wanted to do a video of just my reflections and really just what I got from the march and specifically from Minister Farrakhan's speech. Now, three of the topics that I wanted to touch on that were specifically in Minister Farrakhan's speech was, one, this concept of divine justice, two, self-love and loving your brother and sister, and three, this question of whether the United States would actually be able to give us the justice that we desire. Now, one, the concept of divine justice is actually a very practical and concrete concept. You know, universal law says what you reap, that's what you shall sow. And what you put out into the world, that's what you'll receive. Two things about that. One, I think he was referring to capitalism in general because it is a system that relies on a mass of oppressed, exploited people to support a small amount of the rich, the wealthy, and the well-to-do. And that is a system that takes. You can only take so much. And then after a while, the system starts to crumble internally. Now, another theme I heard a lot in Minister Farrakhan's speech was the theme of love, loving your brothers and sisters, loving yourself. And he spoke specifically about this idea that some Black people seem to think that forgiving your enemies and this idea of just saying, I forgive you, is related to Jesus and related to love. And Minister Farrakhan was saying it's actually related to fear. And he took a lot of time to explain how the original church was formed by supremacists, and a lot of what has seeped into modern Christianity was actually based in this whole idea of conquering and supremacy and not at all Jesus's teachings. So I love that he spoke about loving ourselves. I love that he spoke about repairing the family and just loving your brothers and sisters and loving your Blackness. I feel like this Black Lives Matters movement, as I said in the past, is a self-love movement. I see a lot of people on social media saying, I love my hair. I love my melanin. I want to know more about my culture. I want to know more about my history. And I love that that is being passed down to the future generation, this love and appreciation for being Black in America. Though it comes with some negativities, you still love the outcome. And that, to me, is the definition of self-love. Now, a third theme I heard in Minister Farrakhan's speech was this idea of our next steps, or instructions, as he kept saying. Now, it's a no-brainer that the minister, as well as the Nation of Islam, feel like people of color need to be independent from the America and American government. So I wasn't surprised that he was speaking in the way that he was speaking. But for a lot of people, it takes some time to wrap our minds around this idea that we, as people of color in this country, should start to remove ourselves from this system. See, what a lot of people think is that racism caused slavery. No, actually capitalism caused slavery. It wasn't like, look at those Africans over there, we don't like them, let's go enslave them. It was, we need people to work for free, so let's go enslave these people. Now let's create this system of racism so that we're allowed to do it. So he's saying that this system, this capitalistic system, was built on the concept that we're subhuman. So to turn it on its head and to try to totally rearrange it may not be something that the government, United States, America, the powers that be will allow. So now what do we do? And so the only other thing to do is to remove ourselves from this capitalistic system. And it takes a time, because I was born here. You know, a lot of people of color that are in America were born in America. So we are still very attached to this Western world. So, you know, I felt like he kept reiterating it, you know, he kept quoting the Bible. He kept talking about prophecy. We're supposed to be here for 400 years, and then we are to move on. And so, you know, me, myself, I took it as a personal call to action, and I started to think to myself, what are some ways that I can start to look in my life and see where capitalism has taken over? One of the ways is how we shop. He did talk about boycotting Christmas. One of the ways is, you know, going to the media for all our information instead of researching. You know, so those are some ideas that I think that came from this idea, this concept of pulling ourselves out of this system that dishonors us. So to me, the Justice or Else rally was the culmination of a core group of people who were serious about taking action, planning for our future, and who understood the importance of our solidarity. Now, the added bonus was that it was the anniversary of the Million Man March, so in the process, we honored our ancestors and those who came before us. I can say that I was just honored to be part of such a historic event, and I took away so much for my own self and what I plan to do in the future and what I plan to do for my future. So I just wanted to say thank you for listening to my reflection.